Hi, everybody. This is Lowell with another thought about the ideas for creativity and how we can participate with creativity in music and also just any endeavor. They're principles of creativity, and the one that I shared in the first video was to get a seed thought, and that comes to us. Really, we don't have to seek it out. A lot of times, it just comes to us either in the middle of the night or by inspiration of something that happens. And so, it's not so much that you have to work to get that idea. Those ideas just are given to you from various elements. If you just look around in nature, if you look around, if you're imbibing other artistic creativity, in relationships, just if you're aware, then you're going to be seeing all sorts of potential ideas that come to you that can be developed. But the hard work comes, or not really hard work, but your part of the work really comes with the concept of what I'm going to call it meditation. And I'm not using the word meditation from an Eastern standpoint, but more from a Judeo-Christian standpoint. And the word meditation in the Bible talks about the picture of a cow chewing the cud, of chewing it in your conscious mind and then letting it go into your subconscious and then chewing it again. And this kind of back and forth, the way a cow has these various stomachs that allow the grass to be chewed and fully digested. But that's the kind of the Hebrew definition of meditation. Another definition is to revolve in the mind, to think on. And so it's more active. That definition of meditation is more active than the Eastern meditation. So what I wanted to share with you are ways that you can take that original idea and revolve it in your mind in various ways. I'll share in more detail about what that means from a musical standpoint, since this is for our music school. But the general concept is to allow the idea to grow. And a lot of times people get stuck, like they get, here's a good idea, but now what do I do with it? And so this is how to get yourself unstuck in terms of allowing the idea to basically grow out of itself. I've never had artistic block of any kind. If you practice these principles that I'm going to show you, it'll just free you up in your creativity. So basically, what you need to do is get out of the way, mentally get out of the way of your idea, of the original creative idea that was given to you by inspiration, and start basically allowing that idea to grow of itself. And I've used this example before, but the concept of what we call motivic development in music, I think, is easily shown by Beethoven's Fifth. The first four notes, da 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 da, and then he takes that and meditates it in all these different ways and extrapolates it, and then it becomes the first, if you want to say, sentence, musical sentence of the rest of the book of his symphony. So one way of meditation of an idea is to ask yourself questions about that original idea. Is like, what does that idea make me think of? And it doesn't have to be just musically. Like I said, I'm going to spend more time on specific musical elements of how to do this, but just in this video, I just want to introduce the concept of meditation, or motivic development is the musical word to, or phrase to talk about it. But ask yourself questions. It's like, not even musically, but ask, what does this inspired idea make me think of? And in terms of all the other senses that we have, your eyes, your touch, your taste, your smell, what does this idea stir up inside of me in my imagination? Does it make me think of a mountainscape, or does it make me think of a forest, or does it make me think of a rushing river, or a mighty ocean, or a bird, soaring through the sky, or um, the stellar heavens, or what is it? What does it conjure up? Does it, what if I were going to dinner and listening to this music or this idea, what would I be eating with it? Or just, the list goes on. Um, Taste and smell and touch. What's the texture of this idea? And just get, just try to expand your concept of that idea, and let the idea emanate from itself. A lot of times what I do when I'm creating is I'll take that idea and I'll just go over and over it. As musicians, we practice certain things over and over to fine tune them and to hone the skillfulness of how we play certain things. And so that's practicing, and it's very similar. You take that original creative idea and you just think about it and think about it and think about it. And what happens to me is that all of a sudden it goes boop, it just jumps out of itself into the next thing. Much like, again, the Beethoven Fifth Symphony, he probably wrote down those first four notes, da 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 da, and he just thought about them, da 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 da, 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 da. And then the next was, okay, it just seems like it wanted to go da 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 da. So that's interesting, and then what do you do then? So da 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 da. So he just rolled that around in his mind for a while. Da 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 da. Da, 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 right, and it just kind of jumps out of itself, of where it seems like it wants to go in your own imagination. And so that happens through meditation. That happens through allowing the original creative idea to grow, like a plant grows in the ground. That is, you have the seed and you plant it in the ground and you water it and it gets sunlight and all the different things it takes for a seed to grow. But that, you're doing your part to water it, and you're doing your part to fertilize it and so forth. But you don't know how the seed grows. It's eternal. It's supernatural. And so a lot of the times the inspiration that we have, that's basically given to us, is supernatural. But what we can do is we can nurture it and allow it to grow, just like a plant grows. I don't know anybody that knows really how a seed works exactly. I mean, there's just so much to it. How is it possible that a seed contains, millions of other seeds over the course of time that it's going to produce? It's supernatural. So the seed is planted, but then we have our part to do, and our part is meditating the idea and allowing the seed, the inspired idea, to grow of itself and to basically to nurture it. So that's the first overall general concept I wanted to share with you, and we'll get more specific about what that means musically. What is motivic development musically?